Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am sitting in front of the iconic Pha Phe Gate here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And I thought today would be as good a time as any to go over what a typical day is like in our nomadic full-time travel life. So we've been traveling since March of 2021, and although it may seem like all fun and games, we actually have a very solid routine that we follow to make sure that we balance out work, school, and play. So stick around and I'll show you how we make it all work, including the reason why we don't take summers off. The kids homeschool year-round, and mornings are dedicated to their schoolwork. It's about 4 to 5 hours a day. And why 4 to 5 hours instead of all day, you're asking? Well, if you think about it, in a typical school, there's time to get to school, time to get home. There's time in between classes and just general school but not school time. Well, with homeschooling, you get to skip all that and make sure you get all of the study time in those 4 to 5 hours. They study through a platform called study.com, and the reason we chose that platform is because I can choose classes on a dual credit program. Basically, what that means is that I can choose one class, and when they finish that class can be used to graduate from their high school program, as well as at the end of it, they can take a college proctored test. And once they pass, what that means is that whenever they are ready to go to a university later on, those credits will transfer in. Obviously, the benefit of that is that they get to skip all the general electives in college and get through their program faster and cheaper. The last thing I want them to do is to graduate college with a lot of student loan debt. So we are trying our best to minimize that. So in a future video, I will go over some of the details on how we structure all of the homeschool, as well as a couple different platforms that we use to get those college credits. Now, once the kids are done with school, it's free time. And what do they do in their free time? Well, really, whatever they want. Sometimes they choose to study a little bit extra. If they're in the States, we might be headed to the gym. Depending on which country we're at, they might be looking for a public park with an exercise facility. They actually do that a lot. If we happen to be at an RV park, they might head to the activity centers where they could do, I don't know, ping pong, tennis, play mini golf, or they might just head to the swimming pool because a lot of the RV resorts do have those. Now, if we happen to be pet sitting, the excursion is to hang out with the pets. We take them for hikes, we take them for walks, and there's just generally a lot of playtime in the backyard if they happen to have a fenced yard. Our homeschool and work setup is constantly changing depending on where we're at. Now, if we happen to be pet sitting or in a short-term vacation rental, we have the most amount of space because we typically get 2 to 3 bedrooms with a dining room. So everyone can spread out if they want. If we happen to be in the RV, we're squished in there. And unfortunately, I don't have many clips from the RV because I didn't know I was going to be YouTubing. We've just been living our lives and not really video recording along the way. So one of these days when we get back to the States and in our RV again, I'll do a little bit of a more in-depth video on our RV setup. But in the RV, we just kind of cram whatever we can get in there. And if we need to spread out, then we head to the activity center to do our school and our work from there. If we do rent vacation rentals, one of the things that I look for is a rectangular table because it is the most ergonomical way that we can be more at ease when we're like typing on the keyboard. The round tables don't work for us just because the round table kind of like hits your belly and then you have to lean forward to like work your mouse. So one of the things that I do look for is good Wi-Fi as well as a square or rectangular table. We do keep our household running smoothly just by making sure that everyone has rotation of chores every few months. So right now, Dylan is doing all of the cooking in the home. and, well, home on the road. And Tristan is responsible for all of the dishes, and Jinsu is responsible for kind of everything else. So he will clean the floors, he'll take out the trash and recyclables, and if we happen to be in a pet sit, basically before we wrap up and leave the home, he's cleaning all of the bathrooms. Now, the reason why I have them rotating chores is that I want to make sure that they are having all of the essential life skills. I don't want them one day to move out of the house and not know how to do laundry or not know how to cook for themselves. I don't want them eating ramen noodles because they don't know how to cook anything. So that's why we rotate the chores and make sure the kids have responsibilities to do and are just learning everything they need to learn before they move out of the house. So my husband Nate works in the tech industry, and although his work hasn't really changed because he's always been working remotely, his life has completely changed. Now, when I used to work, basically my hours were really unpredictable, so he was the one running the kids everywhere, from school drop-off, school pickup, t-ball, cheerleading, dance, basketball, you name it. All of these activities that the kids are in, Nate was in charge of all of them. Now all he has to do is sit back, put his hours in, and food is made for him, laundry is done for him, everything is done for him. So his life has truly changed for the better. And as for me, I'm the everything else person, the family planner, the budgeter, the pet sitting coordinator, the family travel agent. I mean, just anything logistically or administratively that needs to be done, I take care of it all. So between all the chores and all the responsibilities that everyone has to do in the house, we're able to work as a team and just make our life work. Since I am the person who needs to logistically make sure everything runs smoothly, basically as we're traveling from place to place, and it really doesn't matter if it's an RV campground or if we're in another country, one of the things that I need to make sure that we have is very good Wi-Fi. So when I am researching a place to stay or a campground to stay in, basically I am looking at Google reviews, any other reviews. If it's an RV campground, there's a site called Campendium that people will notate and provide good reviews on. And one of the things that are on there is Wi-Fi connectivity as well as cell phone connectivity. Without the good Wi-Fi, it's a total deal breaker for us. And since we do have to keep a routine schedule to our day for work and school, basically travel days will usually fall on a Saturday or a Sunday, and that just gives us time to get wrapped up with our week, go to a new location, get groceries, and get checked in for the upcoming week. So whenever we get to a new place, the first thing we have to do is to go to the grocery store. So Dylan and I will actually put together our meal plan for the week. And if we're in the States, we're definitely heading to a Costco or a Sam's. And interestingly, places like Korea and Japan also have Costco's, which makes it really, really easy. And due to the fact that we are a multicultural family, there's a lot of options on what we can eat. From kimchi fried rice to steak and eggs, real chicken tikka masala, we love it all. We taught the kids from a young age to eat all different types of cuisines, and it really makes it easy now that there's really nobody picky in our family when it comes to food. We just want good food, fresh food, but in terms of what country it originates from, we can eat it all. We balance our daily routine with adventure. If we happen to be in a high tourist area, Nate might take the day off, and the kids also might take a short day, and we'll go see the local attractions. We always research fun and budget-friendly family activities. And if we just want to relax and slow it down, we might just hit the gym. We might just relax in the activity center of an RV campground. There's some days where we don't do anything at all. We just stay where we're at and get some extra work done, or we might watch a Korean drama on Netflix or something. We do love the RV resorts because they have pools and activity centers and ping pong and pickleball. They have They have everything, okay, depending on where you go. So just because you are in a campground doesn't mean there's nothing to do. So now the reason why the kids do not take summers off. Well, they don't take the summers off because we're already living a life of adventure and travel. So on any given day after school is over, we might go tubing down a river, we might go to a national park, or we might just go see a local attraction in the area. All of these things that we used to have to kind of cram into a summer vacation or a spring break vacation, we're doing it on a daily basis. There really is no reason to take summers off because we're having fun along the way and it's a very balanced life. To give you an example, this summer, we just happened to take a Tuesday afternoon after school was finished, and we decided to go to a clam lobster bake in Maine. And it was a beautiful scenery. We got to ride a boat for 45 minutes out, went to a traditional clam bake, lobster bake. We saw all the food getting cooked. We met a whole bunch of other tourists who were already there and had bussed in to go to this thing. And we had a 45-minute ride back. And you know, something like that we would normally have to schedule for a summer vacation, but on that day we just happened to be in Maine and it just happened to be within driving distance. We do have a good balance of school, work, and adventure, so there really is no need to give summers off. And in fact, this last summer, I asked the kids if they just wanted the summers off from school to do whatever they wanted, just relax and waste time, like, I don't know. And unanimously they said no. But to be honest with you, even when we used to live in a house, their summers were really never off. They either did summer school or they were in camp. So they're used to having activity year round. So maybe they just didn't need it. I mean, they unanimously literally said, no, we want to study. Okay. Now, when we're pet sitting, we slow things down. I mean, way down. So basically, when we're pet sitting, the excursion is to take care of the pets. So whether we're hiking with the dogs or doing little kitty cuddles, we really enjoy living like a local and making those pets a part of our family for that duration of time. Now, on top of the normal chores that everyone has with just our daily life, when we're pet sitting, they have additional chores. There's doggy poo cleanup, there's feeding the dogs, there's cleaning and drying the food in the water bowls. I mean, there's just extra duties that we have where we're pet sitting, and basically we kind of split them up so that everyone has a split part of it. Everyone takes on pet sitting duties on top of their normal chores, and it becomes a family team effort. And we've been to some amazing places pet sitting, like a 2-week trip that we took last year in Singapore watching 2 adorable cats. In a future video, I will do a more in-depth look about what pet sitting is like, and if you're interested, how to get one of these pet sits lined up for you and your family. So that's a day in our nomadic full-time travel life. It's a unique way to live, but we make it work for us. Now, if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button for future videos. I'll be sharing tips on how we homeschool, how we budget for our travels, and some pet sitting tips. Bye-bye.